Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. This is the last regular show for 2010, and then we have one more show for you, which will be an update telling you all about our summer tour. Today's guest is Jon. I talked to him earlier this year on a mountain in New Zealand called Ruapehu, where he was working in rentals in the Tudor ski area. Jon's from Manchester in England, and he said he'd been in New Zealand for a year. I asked him if he'd been working on Mount Ruapehu the whole time.
No, I came here in May, and before that I lived in Napier, worked over there, and travelled South Island and the North Island in between times.
Kia ora. In Stick News today, the Prime Minister of New Zealand accidentally called Hillary Clinton President Clinton. Hillary Clinton is the 67th United States Secretary of State. Recently, she visited New Zealand for a few days. At a press conference, the Prime Minister of New Zealand called her President Clinton. Secretary Clinton laughed and didn't seem upset by the mistake. And that was Stick News. Kia ora. Do you ski or board? Which mountains do you usually go to back home? How does this mountain compare to the slopes in Europe? Can you tell me some New Zealand English that you've learnt? Do you use those words? What are you going to do in summer? What were you doing in Napier? What's your favourite fruit to pick? Can you speak any other languages? Do you have any advice for people who are learning English?
Bit of both. Done a bit more skiing this year, but I'm a snowboarder by trade. But it's a good mountain to do both, so we'll try and get a bit of both. I've done a season in France and Canada, but last time I skied was in Austria, and also Italy the year before that. Very different, being a volcano for a starter, and also being nowhere near sort of any of the other ski resorts other than obviously Whakapapa, and not having the valley sort of no tree lined runs. The snow here is probably a little bit less reliable as well, but it is a impressive mountain when on its day, like today, when the sun's shining and everybody's enjoying themselves. Sweet as, I don't know. They say awesome a lot. They say true, like true, as in like, is that really true? And there's tons. Oh, definitely, yeah, all the time. I say it in there, you know. Say, oh yeah, the board's gonna be sweet as, and you know, and everything else. And if somebody says something, oh, true. And I say it on the phone to my friends at home, and they don't have a clue what I'm saying. But, I think there's some really interesting words, and it's a nice sort of informal language, really. I'm going to go to Australia now that I've done my year in New Zealand. So I'm going to Melbourne next month, and then I'll try and get some work over there and see how it goes. I don't think I'll be skiing there, but you know, getting on the beach and working on the tan, I think. Seasonal work again, which is sort of what we're limited to on the sort of visa that I'm on. So picking fruit, anything from asparagus, peaches, pears, apples, oranges, lemons, grapes, all sorts of stuff. Probably plums, because I like plums, so you can eat them as you're going around. A little bit. I lived in Greece for 6 months. I did a summer there, and then France for 6 months, and then Canada for a year. And I learned Spanish, German, and French at school. But in England, English is such a universal language. I just don't think we get enough chance to practice. And even in France, unfortunately, being a ski resort and working for an English company, I was dealing with English people most of the time, but I learned enough in most of the languages to get by. Try and make it as fun as possible to learn, because that's what's important with anything. If you want to learn it, same as snowboarding and everything else, it needs to be made fun by the instructor or by the hill or by the way somebody actually presents it to you. So it's a case of, it's hard work, but if you can have fun while doing it, then that's the main thing.
True or false? Jon said he learnt to ski in New Zealand. False. He said New Zealanders say awesome a lot. True. He lived in Greece for 6 months. True. He said he's going to Melbourne to pick plums. False. Hillary Clinton is the President of the United States. False. And that was the Daily English Show. Thank you for watching. We have one more show for 2010, and I'll be telling you all about what we're doing on our summer break. See you soon. Bye.